I think it's only right that we start with the breaking news of the day, which is a couple of hours ago, in fact.
Yeah.
It was announced that Nathan Jones has been sacked by Southampton. To be fair, I don't think it was a surprise to anyone, really, David, is it?
No, cynically, we'd seen it coming, I think. From the point of view of how he was in the media, he's a very intense fella, is Nathan Jones. He's a very thoughtful and methodical coach. But it just seemed to me that everything was coming up, building up against him. That tidal wave of the attention, the results not going their way at all. Wonderful results in the Cup. In the league, it's been found wanting. And it did feel like at some stage something would break. And going down against a team with 10 men yesterday after leading 1-0 seemed to be the straw that's broken the camel's back.
I mean, just one win from, what, 8 top-flight matches, and it was almost like a writing on the wall even from the start, really. It almost seems like, especially after the backings that he had in January, it just seems like a waste of time and money.
The job's hard enough as it is, but when you're up against it from the start, when the supporters, there's grumblings amongst the supporters straight away, it can be a recipe for disaster, especially if you don't get the results. And unfortunately for Nathan, he's obviously lost his job, which you never want to see. But yeah, from an appointment point of view, he did really well at Luton. You can understand why he got the job, but unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. And when you see situations happen like the way they got beat yesterday in the last minute, going down against 10 men as well, losing in that situation, you feared for him, you really did.
I think what's disappointing is the fact that prior to sacking, there were actually a run of very winnable games.
Yeah.
And they're heading to the next couple of weeks.
On paper, of course, aren't they?
On paper, of course. And it just almost seemed like it's maybe a little bit too late, because if you look at the fixtures they have over the next couple of weeks, they're yet to face Manchester United, Brentford, Spurs, Man City, Arsenal, over the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Good luck to the next manager.
But that's just the thing, isn't it? Because we're going to talk about Leeds' position, of course.
Yeah.
Another team without a permanent manager. The timing of it, Sean Dyche seemed to be the gem that everybody was after in that particular position. Everton are the ones that have got him, and you get a feeling there's going to be a great bounce with that. From Southampton's point of view, from Leeds' point of view, I'm intrigued to see where they go next. Does Southampton go, we need someone to build for what inevitably could be a championship season next season? Or do they bring someone in short term to get them over the line? Because they may be down at the bottom, but they're by no means cut adrift. I mean, it's possibly a job for someone who's got a dad who's a football manager. You just don't know, a Red Adair type to come in and save them. Exactly.
I wonder who that is. But how much is this? I mean, what happened with Southampton put an urgency on Leeds United in trying to find that next manager, because actually initially we thought they'd get it done over the next few days after Jesse Marsch was sacked. But actually on that, though, was that the right decision, you think, on Marsch's sacking?
Well, I think when you make a sacking mid-season, it's always tough, but if you make the sacking, then I think you've got to have somebody lined up straight away. For me, obviously, it's been well documented that they've had a few targets in mind. I don't think it's quite materialised, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. However, what I will say is, if the caretaker manager Skrublar does well today, he puts himself in a good position, because to take Manchester United on twice in a week and potentially pick up 4 points, it'll do his chances no harm at all. So we'll have to see how today goes, and then obviously it's up to the hierarchy to see where they go, but it'll be interesting.
Do you think Skrublar a chance?
I've heard some really good things about him. Very low-key. Has stepped forward, though, and said, I'm the man that's going to be making the decisions, even though it's a kind of a three-man team that's moving forward. The chat about who it could possibly be, they mentioned Slaughter, Feyenoord, he's ruled himself out, Iriola at Rayo Vallecano. There's a bit more legs in that, possibly. Nuno being out of work to get them to the end of the season to some form of safety.
Corberan was mentioned at West Ham as well,
and then he's now
wasn't
signed a brand new contract, and given his ties to Marcelo Bielsa and how well he did in the promotion-winning season here as well. I think it's 2 tough games, that obviously with the one on Wednesday, the one today, but 2 good games for them to be in interim charge, just to see where they're at. I mean, today is going to be feisty, it's going to be intense, it's going to be the type of football match,
especially after what happened in the midweek as well, giving that.
And it's going to be the type of football match that we all know and love from the Premier League. There's so much riding on it, not just the fact that you've got a cross-Pennines clash between 2 sides that fundamentally hate each other in that sense. But then it's a perfect place for a man that's in interim charge to show these home fans what he can do.